Welcome to SwitchCorner, my name is Alex. Today we're going to be taking a look at my favourite deals coming in under $10 or your local currency, covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. It's another good week as the trend seems to be as we move through 2022. So hit subscribe, join us here for reviews and deals near daily, and let's get started. If you are grabbing anything then from the sale today, consider using cornershop.gg. You'll get an additional 10% off your eShop credit with code CORNER at checkout. That is as well instant email delivery. A quick shout out then as well to our recent channel members. That extra support, it really is appreciated. 15 games for you all of them this week, starting with Bladed Fury. This one, it's a side-scrolling action-adventure. It's all built around Chinese mythology with a solid combat system, and the story here, you are reclaiming your place at the royal throne following exile. The visual design though here and the audio, absolutely stunning. Towards the end game though, I will say we get a couple of poorly designed locations that do repeat the same loop, but otherwise it's good stuff, and you can see my full review in the pinned comment below. It's 60% off then, that is a new low price. Biped then comes from the same studio, and it's a co-op gem, but with enough solo content to get the recommendation either way. You will be playing here as a robot. You control their two legs independently, one to each joystick. It's really about overcoming increasingly complex environmental locations and puzzles. What I love though, the single player and the co-op, these are two independent sets of levels designed specifically for them. Story then, you're saving this world by lighting these different torches. It's not a pulling factor honestly to pick up the game, but the Pixar-like visual design, that I do love. My full review that is in the pinned comment down below. A quick warning, it's definitely not an easy game, probably not a good one for the youngest of, audience members, but it's a new low price here, that is 60% off. Raging Justice then is going super budget with 80% off. This one, it's a side-scrolling beat 'em up. The visual design, it's unique, it won't be for everyone, but it almost gives me like this claymation kind of vibe for some reason, something in the textures. The core mechanics though are sound. There's nothing overly complex in here, just kind of get in here, clean up these streets, and that is fine. It's achieving exactly what it sets out to, and it's absolutely worth the price. Slipstream then, while I'm on retro influenced, and this will be for the race fans out there. Think of the outruns of the world where you just need to go really fast, and in that department, this one, it delivers. It can get incredibly difficult as is true to the arcade setup, but I love that visual style. The music is great stuff, and the inspiration overall, you can't really go wrong. Drifting here feels fantastic, but make a mistake and expect to be flipping out. The only thing I wish it had a dedicated career mode, and occasionally in a few modes I will say, like Last Car Out, the difficulty could use some tweaking. Honestly, it is borderline unfair. My full review though, it is in the pinned comment down below, but it's a new low price here, 15% off, and yes, that is a smaller discount, but the game was budget to begin with. A quick self-plug then here, remember to check out my other channels, PlayStation Corner and Xbox Corner. Both of those are linked in the pinned comment down below if you own either system. We are growing things out there, and both feature reviews, deals and Game Pass videos. Most recently though, we covered the kaiju based arena brawler Gigabash on PlayStation. That definitely needs to come to the Switch. And then Xbox Corner, it should see a review of Two Point Campus in the next few days. I'll also be covering that one at some point here on SwitchCorner as well. AI, the Somnium Files then, and we spoke about it a few weeks back, so just a quick mention here, but it's back matching the low price, and that is a steal, a massive 80% off. And with the recent launch of the sequel, now may be the best time to jump in. It's an incredibly unique game though. It's a detective mystery that combines elements of Phoenix Wright with visual novel and gives it all a sci-fi spin. I definitely watch a full review on this one personally, but it will be hard to find a bad word against it. Story then, a murderer is on the loose. You need to get to the bottom of it, and they are doing some gruesome things. Hoa then is here with a new low 60% off. Not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed with this. My full review, it's in the pinned comment below, but it's a simplistic puzzle platformer that's over in a couple of hours. The pricing though seems a whole lot more fair now, and what drew people in, those are Studio Ghibli-esque visuals. Sadly, it didn't have the narrative to back it up. It is a game though for sure that's got its place. You know, you want to chill, or maybe you want to introduce someone new to the genre. Assault Android Cactus Plus then was long on my list to play. A couple of years back, in fact, kept getting the suggestion in the comments. I put it off. In hindsight, I regret that because they were absolutely right. It is a gem of a game, and I liked it so much I actually picked up a physical copy. It is here now though with a new low price, 75% off, and it is a single player or local co-op experience. Gameplay wise, it's a twin stick shooter. It's not reinventing the wheel here, but it's very good at what it does as you find yourself in a sci-fi world responding to a distress signal. I just like the variety though. There's 9 playable characters, each unique in playstyle, 25 stage campaign, a boss rush mode, online leaderboards. We even have game unlocks that actually modify the experience, and an extra campaign plus. Narita Boy then is going to be for the Metroidvania fans. First, no question, the style, it is incredible, with an old school almost vibe to it, embracing the neon washes of synthwave. The story is out there too. You are moving through the world of a video game designer, protecting their code and kind of learning about them along the way. Good combat too as you explore this world, and there's progressive upgrades, and honestly the Techno Sword, that thing is awesome. Expect though some unique locations, some decent little on-rail sections as well, and a whole lot of boss encounters. Its main issue for me though, the lack of a map, makes some of the backtracking absolutely frustrating. A new low price here then, 65% off, and I scored it highly here on the channel, even with that flaw. That review, find it in the pinned comment down below. Crawler then is an underappreciated gem. It can be played solo or in local co-op, the latter being the highlight, but it's really unique. A dungeon crawler that tasks you to take down a whole host of monsters before facing boss encounters. The catch though, in co-op, your friends control the monsters, and the 60 playable in total. They can even evolve. Fortunately though, you can level up and take them on too. It is just an addictive loop. I love the old school retro vibe it's rocking on a visual front. Even single player as well, it knows how to dial up that challenge, and at this price it easily comes recommended with a new low, a monster 80% off. Undernight in Birth then is our only region exclusive, but it had to get a quick shout out as this far surpasses any previous low price we've seen in the UK, EU or Australia. It's rocking a massive 85% off. Now I reviewed it here on the channel, adored it, I'll link that down below, but it's one of my favourite fighters on the system. It's going to be up there with Blaze Blue Central Fiction. It's just a great cast of characters and a fantastic combat system. It's one of those, you know, easy to pick up and play, difficult to master jobs, which is typically the case with the best in the genre, especially the games that are combo driven. It packs a wealth of modes, quick matches, arcade, local and online play, even a story mode which is actually a visual novel. The latter won't be for everyone, but it's definitely a nice to have. PixelJunk Eden 2 then, it's a minimalistic audio visual experience that is incredibly unique. I always love games that push an audio focus to the forefront, so this was always going to be in my library, and it absolutely deserves that spot. It's actually quite difficult to explain honestly. Basically you're jumping from plant to plant to get to an end goal. You can grow plants too along the way to aid in this quest. It's this loop though of almost navigation kind of, with collecting up pieces of this world. It's all incredibly relaxing. The issue I will say though is I can't imagine too many people are buying it off of the eShop description. It gives you little to no idea about what the game is. I'd suggest watch some gameplay, maybe a review or two, make sure it's for you, but it looks particularly nice on the OLED screen as well, and it's a new low price, that is 70% off. Castle Crashers Remastered then is a classic and arcade, think weapon based brawler, and you're all set out here to save the kingdom, a princess, few other pieces. It's running at 60 frames per second, though it looks and feels great, and it's got this fantastic cartoon style. It supports then local and online play for up to 4 players, and if you can get others to jump in with you, it is by far the best way to experience this game. There's 25 characters though, a huge amount of weapons, magic, leveling up, even a mini game and arena mode. Then it's rocking a new low price, that is 50% off. Spiritfarer then to kick off the final 3 games of the video. Love this one, I reviewed it here on the channel, I'll put that in the pinned comment below, but at the time I was sick and it was just that perfect level of chill to relax to. It's a simple idea, you basically become the ferry master in the afterlife, you'll be transporting those around you through what is limbo. The gameplay though, a mix of exploration and minigames and building as you construct homes for these people on your boat, you're trying to make them feel comfortable. Complete everything though and you'll have to say goodbye to them, and that is a whole lot harder than it may sound as you kind of grow this personal connection. It's highly recommended, a beautiful game as well. The story is just handled so expertly, and yeah, it has a soundtrack to match as well. It's matching the low price then here, that is 67% off. HyperBrawl Tournament then is back, matching the low price, 70% off. It's another one I reviewed here on the channel. I grew up on a game called Speedball on the Mega Drive. It's a game I grew up playing with my dad, so I've always had that kind of personal connection, and the second I saw this I had to have it. It didn't disappoint either. It's basically a future sport where you have teams and you need to throw the ball into the opposition's goal. Stages adapt though, you can curl the ball, it's incredibly fast paced and addictive, and there's more depth in here than meets the eye. It would no doubt in ways as well appeal to fans of games like Windjammers. Really love what they did here though, and I think it is well worth that time. There is, it's worth noting, a deluxe edition on sale as well that gets actually a new low price, but it's nothing more than cosmetics, so you can make the call on, you know, if cosmetics float your boat. Fight and Rage then is our final game, and this one it was long recommended to me. I was late to the party, but I can confidently say now it is worth all of that praise. A 90s styled side-scrolling arcade beat 'em up, we find ourselves in a future where humans are enslaved by mutants. Where it excels, so it may look old school, but it has so many modern tweaks to drive that replayability. Think Unlockable is a combo system in its combat, the ability to parry different weapons, multiple endings, a local play and a versus mode. It is extremely accomplished in its gameplay, and I love the way they present the CRT-like visuals. It's a new low price then, 55% off, and we don't see a price drop on this one all that often. And that is the video down. Will you be adding anything to the library or holding onto that cache? Let me know in the comments down below. With that then, hit subscribe, join us here for reviews and deals near daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.